Michael Wisdom 369 speaks. Accept, adapt, accelerate on that bullshit, and get on your 5 Ds. Desire, drive, dedication, determination, and discipline. Listen, I want to touch back bases on what I was speaking about in my last message about overcoming fear and getting ahead. Now, we all know that fear can paralyze us, can stagnate us, or have us turn around and run like a track star, breaking records, only to get back to the same position, the same spot, to where they got to face that fear all over again. Now, we either can use that fear or we can break through that fear. It's all up to us. And let me tell you about a little story that I went through where fear pretty much almost paralyzed me to where I didn't want to go, but I had to overcome it. I was incarcerated. Now, to the onlooker, observer, on the yard that I was at and the yards that I was on, pretty much they'll probably say that, oh, yeah, he about his business. He works out, he reads, he writes, he stay away from the bullshit as much as he can. Now, I was invited to the library in which there was this elder lady. She wasn't young, but she was around, you know, probably in her 40s at the time. Pretty sure she's up in her 50s. But she pretty much came into prison to teach this curriculum or this entity called International Toastmasters, which core values was leadership skills, leadership and communication skills. So that sparked my interest, and I was pretty much interested in it, so I ended up going. Now, while in there and observing individuals get up there and speak and deliver messages that was impactful or inspirational, motivational, I said, dang, man, I want to do that. But like I said, one of my fears is speaking. Now, I'm gonna say this: when I was young, I didn't care about, you know, whatever came out my mouth. It was coming out. But as I got older and going through the situations and ordeals that I had to experience in life, it was best that I pretty much zip this mouth of mine. But I'm back in a space where I want to give of myself in a positive manner. So let me get back to the story though. Now, they pretty much gave us assignment. Go hit your icebreaker. Go pretty much write about pretty much your life up until now. They gave us 4 minutes. I went back to my dorm, got to writing. You know what I mean? Constructing a spiel to give to the public, to the audience. You know, some real stuff about me. So I used to be in the dorm practicing on it. After I wrote it, I got to practicing on it. So I used to be walking around this specific area in a day room, and it didn't look like I'll be talking to myself like I'm crazy or something. And some people used to look at it like, what is he doing? You know? So eventually people would come and ask me, and I would kind of like brush them off or whatever. But then once my time came, because I was scheduled to go up there and speak, oh my gosh, do you know how I was feeling? Had the bubbly guts. Head started hurting. Man, I could have gave 1,000 different excuses I wanted to, just to escape that so I can get away and not get up there. Because I was in fear. I was in fear. But on that particular day, when I was assigned to get up there and speak, man, I just said, forget it, man. Go. Went to the library. The library was kind of packed. I had already told individuals, a couple of individuals, that, you know, I'm going to get up there and speak on Whoopty Whoop Day. So I didn't expect for so many people to come. It was about 48 people in there. I ain't gonna say they all came from me, but I know at least 4 of them came for me specifically. And they had who I would normally see them with over on the yard or talking to. So I pretty much got up there when they called my name, bounced up, walked to the podium. I moved the podium out the way so I could give my speech, you know, from head to toe where you can see my whole body language. Now, once I began to start, this is what happened. I was paralyzed. Probably the observer could see that was coming from me was my eyes moving just like this. As if I was taking one of them DUI tests, or them tests that the police take when they catch somebody drunk and they send them through that sobriety test. That's how I was. Stuck like a truck on the side of the road, or the highway, not moving. I was in that frame for about 20 to 30 seconds. Guess what I did? I started to breathe. I started to inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. And my nerves started to calm down. Everything started to calm down within myself. I got my insides to calm down. This is something that I learned, that I read about way prior. Educating myself and just being in tune with trying to teach myself while I was incarcerated. Breathe during times like that to help you respond better instead of being stuck like that, like a truck. After it calmed down, boom, I started to spit what I was spitting fluently. It came out and I nailed it. I nailed it. Got my applause. Got my what's ups afterwards. Sat down and was like, oh. And like I said, man, fear can pretty much paralyze you, stagnate you, or have you bounce. How you get on. You got goals, you got ambitions, you got dreams, you got things that you need to accomplish in life personally to have you feeling the way you need to feel or want to feel. Now, all them things sometimes don't amount to nothing, but at the end of the day, look, if it empowers you, you need to take action. If it empowers you to be strong, to be wiser, to, you know, stand upright, you need to do what you need to do. Face your fears. And if you can't, and if you can't get rid of your fears altogether, utilize those fears to move you. Get action orientated. Become an action figure if you need to. But get through so you can get ahead. Now, I ended up doing about 7 speeches during that time frame and period, you know. And I was feeling myself. I was getting more confident. I was getting more competent. And that was just an add-on to, really an add-on. You know what it was? Honestly, to tell you the truth, it was just a sign of me remembering myself when I was talkative and I could, you know, communicate with individuals and navigate through storms with ease. I ain't gonna say with ease, but, you know, navigate through them with less harm because I'm doing what to do. I ended up being a board member, you know, to where I ended up inviting people and setting up the events, setting up the events for us to come and do what we needed to do for people to empower themselves and to work on their communication and leadership skills. It was a blast, man. It was a blast. Sad to say I didn't get out and continue that process because, you know, the streets was calling and I was trying to keep up with the Joneses, so I ended up back in the same position that got me in there, you know, trying to get some money. I don't even know who the Joneses is. Hey, stay away from the Joneses. Don't worry about them, man. Just do you. Long story short, that fear, you know what it is. It's only an illusion. Man, look, the longer that you delay facing that fear, it's only gonna get bigger. It's only gonna get stronger, scarier to you. But I'm sure if you go ahead and step towards it, it's gonna get smaller and smaller. Like, dang, your little old tiny butt, get out of here. Or you can use it and have it get you to move. But remember this, man, fear is only an illusion. Or you can look at it this way, like some of the scientists or the psychologists and all them say, it is an emotion. It comes and goes. When you're happy, it goes. When you're mad, it goes. It's up to you if you want to continue to attach to it and make it your reality to where it's just that. That's another video in itself. Hey, like, comment, and subscribe. Michael Wisdom 369 speaks. I'll be back to hit y'all with another one soon. Rise to shine, baby.